the likes of Astralis to catch up in the rankings. Let's see if Astralis can put a rising star down in Legacy. How do you extinguish a star? You need a giant fire extinguisher, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's what I guess.
That's one of those, you know those videos where it's like one Superman versus 100 Harry Potters or something. Like one star versus the universe's biggest fire extinguisher. I wonder how big that would be. Very big, I would imagine. Anyway, enough about fire extinguishers. We want all the flames here as we start this series. Legacy on that T side with a lot of utility. No P250s. Ryu playing top mid. Got some teammates in tow as well. HooXi having a look through the lower tunnel. Quickly rotating over now is HooXi to drop a smoke towards B. This is a fascinating setup from the CT side.
Yeah, everybody's paused at the moment as well, so it's very tense right here. This is Legacy's map. Ancients next. That's going to be a very strong one for Astralis. And in comes the push. It's finally been triggered. And all the CT's ready to go, but somewhat blocked off by this smoke. So, yeah, kind of going according to plan there for Legacy. More ways than one. Bombs going down. The CTs don't want to allow that to happen. They're sprinting out of the smoke onto the site here. And Nissim at the back defending. Now, Ryu seeing what he can do, but looks like there's too much there to handle. So, a fun opening from the CTs. I agree. I really like that. It's a better round though, I guess by Legacy. You know, with that B hit, it's kind of the perfect place for them to finish the round.
An unfortunate team kill for the CT side during those exchanges, which was maybe one less than they really needed there. You can see HooXi was put down by Stair by accident. Ended up in a 1 versus 2 as well, but anyway, shit happens, as they say. On investment for the second round here for Astralis. So this one should be relatively simple for Legacy. Again, lots of great scouts. They've got really good momentum for the most part coming into this series. They'll definitely be confident. Oh, they're all lining up for Deep Mal. Where's he off to, though? Done past half of them, but again, the threat is minimal in this round. We look to the third one to see what Astralis will have to offer on their CT side. Dust2, a map where Astralis are currently 38% with 8 maps played, 67% for Legacy with 6.
Yeah, I think this is a good map for Astralis. I don't think it's a map where, you know, they would be considered to be a bad team. I think they actually can get and have gotten quite creative in the past in terms of how they play the CT sides if they're having trouble, which I think to me is like one of the signs of great calling, and because that's like some of the hardest calls to make is making the CT aggression that's actually consistent and reliable. If you're getting kind of, you know, thrown into the washing machine of T defaults where it's like you're not quite sure what's going on and they've put you on bad money all the time and you can't kind of get a grip of the economy. But the AWP's in the hands of HooXi right now. They're showing presence on mid, and we have a cat set up as well that's ready to challenge the T side once they get to that cat control part of the default.
Dust2 is not a map where these teams have met each other before. Played a number of times around October of last year. But not here. 10 alive still. And look how much util there is for Legacy. They've got plenty of space to offer half-truths and lies, executes. Great presence of mind from HooXi. Did he see the back of that player? Or was that the border of the X-ray? We'll soon see. Oh, they're going to line up perfectly for him. He had 3 opportunities. None were taken, though, but that's a lot of dots on the radar.
Seconds. Time is starting to get a little bit low. Debbie asking questions. And now they walk into B. This is the last attempt. They've got to really send it here because time is a problem. HooXi ready with the AWP and being entertained by Yabi instead. So there you go. 3-0 up for Astralis. And that's a great start to that CT side. And yeah, this is going to be a fun one here, James. Like I feel like for me, this feels like it should be a 3-mapper, but I could totally see, actually, you know, if Astralis have a good Dust2 that, you know, that has the makings of a 2-0 then, I would say, because Astralis's Ancient's pretty nice.
Yeah, they 13-3 Legacy quite a few months ago now. I'm sure Legacy have learned since then. Again, Astralis getting very aggressive on Dust2. Elbow spotted. That's the warning that Sadzin needed. Well, that hasn't gone to plan then, and Yabi is in trouble now. This could be a troublesome few rounds for Astralis, actually. Already proving to be quite painful. Bria will be traded immediately. Plenty of time as well for the T side. The trades will continue, as Astralis have to take risks, have to go for that second peak, because they're so far behind in this round. But the numbers of Legacy will prevail.
Kind of love it from Astralis. That's obviously very risky to go aggressive on the CT side like that. But you could kind of see Legacy really felt like they were very much looking for that. Because once they also killed the AWPer, the initial kill, oh sorry, the rifler with the AWP. This HooXi goes down as well. They threw the flash out, recognizing that this is, it kind of felt like they knew what the setup was from Astralis. So, you know, that's the problem for Astralis. They lose a lot of economy very early on here.
Saw some comments about Astralis' new jersey on Twitter. People complaining about it. But it's essentially, it's got a classic layout of a football top. I think one issue is that it is very black, which may make it feel a bit barren and boring, maybe, for some. But other than that, it's a standard football top, essentially, just like you might see from any club. There was a classic Eric Cantona era black Manchester United away top, which maybe, you know, a long time ago, but maybe memorable because he fly kicked somebody in the stands wearing that top. But I thought it was a pretty cool top versus the normal red. Hopefully no one from Astralis fly kicked somebody in the crowd. But if they did, it would make the top more interesting, wouldn't it? I suppose it would be iconic.
That's the learnings. Duma making some sound, making noise. And obviously just pistols here. So Astralis really committing to the defending this mid push. And if they could actually get a pick and just get a gun, that would be very nice. But still Legacy making their way up catwalk now, and they found a really good opening onto a site. They are taking some damage here though. Then there's no pistols down just yet. Can't imagine that anything should really go too badly here for them. They get the cat plant somewhat guaranteed. Now for the CT's best chance is really just to get a kill, and they won't be able to do that. It's unfortunate for Astralis, but Legacy are looking kind of nice now. 4-1 up, and Astralis now, I'm sure they're not thinking about that aggressive round that was, I suppose, I mean, I don't want to call it the mistake, obviously, because they obviously did it for a particular reason, and they just got caught out. They got out-read. But it's really set them back here, James.
Yeah, a stunted growth at the beginning of Dust2. I'm loving the CT aggression we're seeing from teams, though. Again, we saw some great examples with 3D Max versus Furia yesterday. Definitely one worth watching if you missed it. And perhaps this one will be as well if Astralis can pull their socks up. Yabi's here to try and, never mind, Lato's got somewhere to be. AK's deleting the CTs around the B-bomb site, and this one is beyond salvage, most likely. 3-on-4, bomb not planted. If there's opportunity given, then maybe they go for it, but nothing's being served on a plate. I think Sadzin may have just seen something, certainly does. That could have been made even more expensive for the CTs, but again, I just don't know how much there is in this one for them. Great angle from Lato, nice boost over the wall. There were 3, now there's just 1. Stair holding the AWP, and Dust2 just becomes more difficult for Astralis.
Yeah, really nice pace change from Legacy, just like hitting mid with a super fast round. Now, obviously, if that was like one of those rounds where Astralis were aggressive in mid and cat, that would probably have gotten blown up. But I think for Legacy, they can feel confident that Astralis probably wouldn't do that because now they're so many rounds behind. They don't have that early economy to kind of work with, or a positive economy to work with. So they're just likely going to be in more of a passive stance. So they hit that super fast mid timing when oftentimes only 3 would be towards long for the CTs, and they haven't brought an extra player back to spawn yet. So that was a great call from Legacy. And now Astralis, you know, I talked about the washing machine, you know, being in the washing machine, James, of T calling, and I think that's kind of where Astralis find themselves now.
Man, that thing on the headset just makes me think part of his plant is on his head. It catches me every time. I'm like, whoa.
I thought it was a leaf as well.
What's going on? The HooXi used by the CTs to cross and hold on to utility they may find more valuable. Okay, that's a promising start from HooXi. Remember, this is a round of an AWP for the CTs. So, somewhat disabling the maximum capability of the T side. Maybe something they can build on. Perhaps Legacy looking for a more prompt round. All things considered, they've got a lot of util, which is great. It's so important to have a Molly or a HooXi behind the boxes where Yabby is right now. You've really got to stop that position from being a thing if you're going to push a bomb site. And he will stand in those flames. His life is made very difficult indeed. But there's a second frag now for the CT side. They've lost the AWP, however. So I think at this point, with the angles that Legacy have had, the main threat of this round is dealt with.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like the round is certainly secure, but is there an extra kill to be had by the CTs? Not yet. Stat. We'll have a shot, presumably, once the smoke goes away. And here he goes. Stare with a dig. Oh, that's not bad. That's not a bad shot at all. A little bit of extra damage doesn't go amiss, but ultimately another kind of good protocol, I think, from the T side from Legacy. Understanding that if they can get long control, they can kind of scale, and you don't have to worry too much about the pistols. At that point, you can kind of control the variance quite effectively. We see that here on the site with use of Molotovs and smoking off the cross. So full control from Legacy in this T side, 6-1 now, as we get the full buy again from Astralis. We'll see if they can let's see if they can do a better job here surviving the variance of these T rounds.
Astralis getting more committed to the long position. HooXi posted up. Now we see Legacy moving through to that short control with minimal sound cues. Good timing for Astralis with the smoke. Late on, if you get a smoke up like that, you can really post up behind it and cause many problems for a T side who are committed to an A push. It looks like it might be retake territory. We'll see what HooXi is willing to do in this scenario. He has flashes, but no one to flash. There are smokes all over the shop. Stairs out of position. So they'll have to approach short from mid, I think.
Let's got to worry about Art here. He's in a very good position. Are they going to check for this? Well, now they know where he is. That's a big frag from Art. And this is going to waste a lot of time because, and this is Art's goal now, I think, is just to create delay. He knows that they have to try to kill him. And they can't go deep enough to go for that fight. They're just going to press on and get sandwiched by the cat position. And now it's just HooXi once again alone without really any way to do impact in this round. Another great round from Legacy. And it did feel like Astralis kind of had a good sense that they were going to have to play a retake on A earlier on. And their retake approach did not work at all.
Some of these rounds must feel brutal for Astralis. It's like there's a bit of gambling with the play you choose to make versus the play your opponents choose to make, and they just managed to thread the needle on that occasion, through short onto the bomb site. Longest taken, great smokes, and no way back for Astralis. Just an invitation far enough to lose your weapons and put you in a dire situation in round 9. HooXi still with the AWP, which will be important. How many more can he get? As I asked the question, it is answered by Lato. He'll urgently move forward, perhaps to help keep that up out of the hands of the remainder. It will no doubt be spread across the map to some degree. Wow. Very ready for Dust2, our Legacy. Looking fantastic so far. Feeling unstoppable on this first half at the very least. We'll see if it continues through to the end, which isn't too far away. New Man Art's been on the squad for about a month, has played all of 12 maps for Legacy. At least as far as Dust2 is concerned, they're looking pretty coordinated.
Yeah, this is a great debut event for him. FE coming into this pretty prepared. I mean, they're getting some big scalps so far. Yabby. Give him some more. This is really the only fragging that mostly is happening, I feel like, is exit frags. Or rather, sorry, frags after the round's already lost from the CTs of Astralis. And I was kind of crediting them that I've seen them do a pretty good job from this position. And again, it's why it's so hard to make calls, because your economy is kind of broken. So when you do get it by rounds, you don't want to throw it away, but you kind of feel like you need to get ahead of what the T's are doing. So to be disruptive, so they can't just run the rounds as they kind of want to run them, because they're doing it based on their understanding of how to exploit your rotations, how they think you're playing. And if they have a really good read on you, if you get in their face before that comes to fruition, then you know that's one way to deal with it. But it does make me wonder, will we see that mid-aggression again? Time for drastic action here on Dust2 for Astralis.
That's beautiful.
Better angle.
It's a big brain peak with AWP.
He got a distance advantage on that. He's further away from the point of engagement through that door. So he gets a little bit of extra model of the CT to see before he gets seen.
I wonder if that's just a hard counter to the habits of HooXi if he plays mid as well. How often do you see peaks like that? Now, you're 4 versus 5 on the CT side of Dust2. I think your options to try and find an advantage here will be limited. Super site it will be. We'll go for another peek. They're so ready for him. Doesn't stand a chance, really. Waiting to swing together. Wonderful
Oh my
stuff.
God.
Dumal's mainly there to take the crosshair away, but he'll take Yabby with him, flying AK-47. And Astralis will once again leave relatively empty-handed. Yes, they may take the AWP with them, but they're not really able to get enough done with it alone. Did you know that Lego is still a privately held company?
No.
It's a Danish company. Whenever I'm in Copenhagen, the two notable things are extremely bougie coffee shops and Lego stores. So I feel like Astralis needs to get those.
2 seconds later.
Oh, the hunt's on, the hunt's on! they've lost the AWP. Oh, my word. Ooh, I smell some frustration. I mean, that's a given, really, considering how things are going. This is a nothing game of Dust 2 so far, and we are into the 11th round.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not working out. I mean, that mid peak was in the previous round just was not the one, and it just seems like Legacy, they're not winning because of better mechanics or anything. They're winning because they're just playing better reads and openings, and tactics are on point, right calls at the right time, good protocols, good decisions like that all peak from the previous round. Like, you just have a better angle there, so you should be winning that duel. That seems to be what Legacy have. I mean, it's just some Dust 2 mastery we're seeing here from them. You never know. Sometimes it's the most unlikely rounds that are collected by the CT. So we'll see if there's something to be made of this one. They are stacked towards the A side of the map, and Legacy are yet to choose where they'll finish. They are information gathering.
Warning. I think it always helps if you could visualize. Oh, someone's about to pass mid. Boom. Man, I can't imagine. I would not want to be on the CT side right now. This is just one of those games which is not enjoyable to play. They're racing over. Art's posted up on long already, though. He's not going to be hopping on those boxes. Whew. Having a fair go at it. You can see the urgency. He's doing what he can to try and win this round for his squad. But this is griefing. This is griefing.
Like a non... It's just one team on this map right now. Other team is nowhere to be seen.
I would compare this to eating a really dry, tasteless cracker, like a whole pack of them really slowly, and just you have no water. Like, your mouth is mega dry and you just got to find a way to chew, man. You've got to find a way to chew.
I mean, Legacy did 13-8 G2 here as well. No, Stage 1. 2-0 G2, 2-0 Paravision, 2-1 NIP. Like, they've been putting in some work. They have lost Dust2 only in recent memory to Aurora, and it was an overtime game.
Maybe a glimpse of hope in the last round of this half. A 5-on-4 for Astralis. Heavily fortified B bomb sites. We have triple AWPs. Okay, they'll be made. Okay, so they just spent the extra money using the spawns. Art having a look towards B. Nissim having a look elsewhere as well. Always Brazil with the multi-AWPs. Never mad though. More AWPs the merrier as far as I'm concerned. They'll go back to a more normal setup now. Plenty of util. They can absolutely create space. They neutralized the AWP last time they headed towards A, although the AWP was down on long. Oh, HooXi's in a more usual position, but still having no success.
Yeah, cat play here is really nice from Legacy. HooXi must hit shots. Does at least get one kill there. Only 3 players left. Nissim on the railing above, able to punish the player jumping elevator. Dumao also gets a pick, so now suddenly this is looking very scary for the CTs. Coming from long and 2 from CT. Not much util left here. 1 single flashbang for Ryu, and we'll see what he can do with it. Time is a ticking. And now another peek. Nissim finding another headshot. Satson is going to get taken down close to the bomb now. Nissim at distance has to find these shots with the AK. And he's going to go down. Great shot coming in from HooXi. And they have just enough time here for the defuse. Very, very slightly, but they'll finish off the half with 2 rounds. Something to work with, but is it enough? We'll find out after the break.
Two rounds and a dream, a chip and a chair, as you might say in poker. That's essentially the situation Astralis are in on Dust2. A nightmare half is over. Daylight breaks once again. Perhaps they can have a better time of things now. Taking the long position, Sadzin falling back relatively easily, keeping the 5 alive. Hot in CT with a flashbang. See if he could find a way to use it for his squad, who have some plays on short, but Humao's got a lot of problems coming his way. Down he goes, deleted immediately. Second one spotted, and the numbers are just too great for Astralis. This one may be over already.
There's a pistol though, so Legacy are going to be threatening. I'm sure they're going to be feeling very confident here as well. Lato with the dollies baiting, and he's dead. So never mind. I think with that kill, now it's looking pretty incredible. Is Nism actually going to save? He's got full untouched Kevlar. It's also 12 and 3. So, but got to maintain the KD.
All right, perhaps we have a real match or a real game of Dust2 at the very least on our hands. revenge time for Astralis. Had the numbers in the right places. Overwhelming force in a number of duels there. Lato and Nissim on 13 frags for their squad. HooXi's the slight standout on the Astralis squad with 10 frags so far. We'll see. I would expect that will increase considerably on the T side. But they'll need to build rounds to give him the space to do that. Saw some great work from Sadzin and really the whole squad of Legacy in that first half. Maybe we'll see such from Astralis as well. You can see if they can keep the consistency. Once the buy round comes in from Legacy, again, looking very well versed on Dust2 and difficult to beat. Got some flashes in the hands of Arts as they wait to explode on short. We'll see if they get challenged at some points.
Nissim's asking questions in the long doors, and now we get the pop flash play, looking for information, and Astralis are ready for that. Very ready for it. Here comes Nissim. No easy kills there with the USP. Now he's been spotted. Unfortunate. But yeah, Legacy, I think they're really looking to reassert themselves. They haven't had a great start to 2026. But obviously, with some of the changes that they've made, and I think they're in a good spot, especially with the form they're showing in this tournament here, James. We've seen, as I mentioned, really competitive matches against top 12 teams where they've been beating them. So as well as just having very close games. So I think they're really looking to reclaim all those VRS. There's lots of VRS ranking points.
Much work to be done. Dust2 Ancient and Mirage, the maps for this series. Gabby collecting the bonus money with the MP9. 4 frags with the SMG. The Mac 10, sorry. 4 frags with the SMG. Nice bonus money. I see a Pokeball up there. Nice to look at what is around on the shelves. Empty bottle. Hopefully not for Pete.
Just leave that hanging there for a bit. Double Mac 10s for Astralis in this situation, so looking to go fast there. Yeah, he's looking to take one for the team. Art's going close, so oh my god. Oh man, Art just knows to just hold down mouse 1 as soon as he gets flashed. That's that's going to work out really well. 3 players here on the long take now for the Astralis side. It's going to be hard to finish out the rounds. Especially now they've lost Ryu there on the cat.
Great 2 frag for Dumal. Sadzin somewhat neutered with the scouts for the time being. Nets is closing on HooXi. And they're back to winning ways then. See if they can keep the wheels turning. Legacy. 3 standing at the end of the round, I think. So many Brazilian squads with familiar names spread across them. We haven't mentioned Art too much in this map of Dust2 just yet, but we'll see how things develop across the series. Sadzin will continue with the scout. Meanwhile, HooXi on the other side will have the big green gun, the AWP. Hitting the flick on this occasion. How will Sadzin find a way to be useful in this one, I wonder?
I think as well, showing the presence there, I think it's encouraging that you maybe would see, or encourage the T's to go B, which is where they're kind of stacking, because you're kind of suggesting that, we start around with a 2-3 setup, but we're still going to get Astralis just working on the cat control default. So what's really interesting here is that Astralis might still think, okay, maybe B is the weaker side, and they have the option to go back there. So we'll see if that's the read, because that is the game plan for Legacy. They stacked B, and so they're looking to have the stronger defense there.
Halfway through the tunnel, and they are going further. With the minutes on the clock, this is some really good timing. Still have Ryu outside long doors, though.
Ooh.
I wonder what his play will be. We asked about Sadzin. And there is the answer.
Oh my god.
What great timing. Forcing them back. Oh, the deletion. So quick from Nissim. Astralis, the pace is too slow. They're being dismantled one by one. Unable to answer once again. Nightmares from the T side, from the CT side, start to rise again. Bomb lost 15 seconds. Frag hero there for Ryu, but it is going to be game point for Legacy.
Counter-terrorists win.
Man, Nissim was feeling it this round. I mean, great timing on the push. Astralis were looking for a peek, and they initially got the peek from Sadzin with the scout, but he hits this. You know, that whole play was to trap Sadzin and punish him for peeking and just get the kill. And then they could burst into the B site. And then you got Nissim wrapping around the back. You're like, where did he come from? Really nasty there for Astralis. Now they're against the ropes on this map of Dust2. And the fast long take coming on through here for Legacy. Oh, really pathing very, very quickly to punish that fallback from Art. And look at the pace to wait.
Lightning fast. This provides opportunity then for Astralis. That bomb needs to get planted, however. The timing from Dumau is perfect. Right in the bum. And he's done. HooXi's turn to drop on with the scouts. And it's Sadzin now with the AWP. Big swing. That makes it awkward now for Lato, who goes back into the choke point. But he's entertaining one of the three. If he can stay alive and continue to do that, never mind. We've got 2 kills for Astralis, and Sadzin having to exit.
Impressive. I mean, unlikely pick up here from Astralis. Obviously, they got to do that again and again and again now in Dust2, but it's encouraging to see. You would have expected that, especially after the entry where Art was punished. Really aggressive pathing from Ryu is very nice. Smashing the Legacy side. Nothing keeps you up, though. He keeps the orb. Look at this. Boom. All right, here we go. Looks like another long take is coming through. There's no challenge really here. CTs went with cat control instead.
Lato's posted up lower tunnel also. While they know that it's been conceded long. They've got the sound cues from that short position. And they've got some map control elsewhere also. Now again, after a long take, things will often slow down to some degree. An exchange of grenades, and that smoke will be quite a nuisance for Astralis. They've got no mid presence whatsoever, Astralis. You see on the radar Yabi looking through those long doors that they entered from. And we've seen previous rounds where the CTs, where Legacy have had really good timing on Astralis and taken the game away from them. They've got to be careful. Their lurker's been eliminated. Perhaps they've got nowhere else to go.
Scaling on up. Art does have an incendiary here, so this could be really annoying and potentially lethal. That ramp position, and this is that spot that you mentioned is really important to molly yourselves, but they don't have the utility to remove the CTs from these positions. Legacy in a really good position to get these kills at 4 versus 2 for them. Yabi trying to deliver for the side. He's going to equalize with the AK. Now the plants. And what do the CTs do? They try to jump up here. Nissim reveals his position. Now it's a game of patience and timing. HooXi not sure if the second player is coming from long. Nissim with the boost onto Palato. And there it is. Perfect timing from HooXi. Beautiful there. And Astralis are going to clinch one more. They got to do so many of these clutches, though, James. It's kind of rough.
Great work hiding in a car position. Just allowing them to focus a little too much on the site itself. Popping up with great timing. Very good effort from Art, though. Playing off of his teammates around the back as well. It was great for Yabi to deal with that short player and then the rest. That was as important, more important, certainly for Astralis. They reach half the score of Legacy. Some of these rounds will be easier than others. Case in point. Again, Legacy looking to explode with flashbangs. But again, there is basically no margin for error now for Astralis.
Astralis are going to know that this is going to be an eco, and so they're trying to be really careful in how they approach this. But showing that mid smoke and suggesting the B split now has the CTs moving. They're going to smoke cats. Right now, Legacy's about to find out this is a stack. They probably are already feeling it. That's what's happened here. Female stolen AK. That's like hot potato with this AK. Oh, I'll try to get out. You can take out one player here. That might be nice, but well, sometimes you gamble and sometimes you lose your money.
Yes, another game point for the Legacy Bros. Goodbye for the CT squad. HooXi to cross the doors as per. That's the second molly you might throw when your teammate throws one in those long doors, just bouncing off the wall towards blue. So if someone did make it out, there's nowhere to hide. 20 as Astralis, who have so much utility, will look to clear out that short position. Maybe beyond that. They heard the spray from mid earlier. Do they realize there's two on the A bomb site? It seems those two might be enough. Remember, this is game points for Legacy. Currently 5-on-3. That trade will be fantastic for them now, as only 2 remain for Astralis.
Yeah, more sense of urgency on Ryu there to try to get something going as the luck, but it just gets worse and worse here. Astralis, can they save themselves? Not looking likely now. Yabi, great tap onto Lato. It's not enough though, and that's going to be the map there for Legacy. A relatively straightforward affair here on map 1, winning their pick. As we go into map 2, Astralis are going to have to rally back on Ancient.
Tell us your thoughts in a DX match it as we move through to map 2 in this series. Are they going to force us to go all the way to a map of Mirage? First comes Ancient, where Astralis are 86% with 7 maps played. That's not too shabby, Monsieur Capadia.
Yeah, it's definitely a place of comfort, and you know what, they're going to be looking for a place of comfort because they just got absolutely bent over a barrel in that last match of Dust2. And now it's time to take back the series against Legacy, who are looking quite sharp. You're coming into this with all the momentum, so as we kick off with a pistol round, we can see the Astralis from that T side, where they will get to dictate the pace. And into mid they go with Glocks.
Enemy spotted. Any enemy spotted. Heading towards B. The CTs are here as well. The molly hasn't landed. That means there's going to be more space than you might expect. Not so much space, though. They will survive. Down to a 2-on-2. Art in the back with Dumao. Perhaps looking to stop this bomb from being planted, trying to combine together. And that's down to HooXi, who will be the last one to fall.
All right, then. Legacy. Let's see how good their Ancient is. you know, there's definitely an element of uncertainty with respect to what we should expect from their performance because, you know, it's the Art's debut event with them. So there's definitely a lot that we have to just witness. And one of those things is going to be, how does the CT side going to go for Legacy? They got that opening advantage. No bomb down, so Astralis deciding not to invest at all in this round. Just a bunch of Glocks and a flashbang. And they're going to get spotted. So the game's been given up straight onto the site. The MP9s and the HEs doing what they do. And the round is very quickly over.
When do you think you last manually put in the enemy spotted command in a game of Counter-Strike?
Never.
Ever?
1.6 probably.
Yeah, I don't know. Broken headset, no mic. There would be a reason. I just thought to myself, I haven't done that in bloody years. Quickly onto the buy then. This is a prompt third round, and that's a lot of utility heading towards the top of mid. Very quick execute from Legacy to take mid control. And again, it is a bit of a gamble, especially for the CTs in terms of where they put their forces at the beginning of the round, picking the right time. However, they have lost Nissim and almost Lato near the B ramp or around the B ramp or beyond the B ramp. And there's a lot of map control here for Astralis, and they're being caught off guard, Legacy. This is not looking so good for them. Early problems once Astralis are in for the buy.
And so far, we've seen very fast rounds from Astralis. It's kind of worth noting, you know, the very fast movement through mid with the Glocks, very fast, you know, hit onto the B site with Glocks, and now really fast onto the A site. So we haven't seen anything that's slow yet from them. And so we're trying to punish here, trying to get rid of those guns. But yeah, it's worth mentioning because Astralis on the CT side, when they did have some control early on Dust2, they also decided to try to play fast, even on the CT side of Dust2. And so it's kind of cool to see that, you know, they are a team that are trying to go aggressive first, because I actually think that is by far the more risky approach. And it's less risky to do it the other way around, where you start out slow, you get more of a read as to what the opponents are doing, and then you play fast. But I love it. I respect it. And Satson has the AWP now, and he's going to be locking down the A long part of the map. Astralis once again, fast pace straight into mid.
We have seen comments from Saw recently talking about Ancient, and that essentially if there is a fight in mid, it more or less determines the round a lot of the time. It seems that Legacy are not fancying that variance at present. We'll see if they have a look there later on, but for now they've got a two-man setup in Donut, with Art keeping the CTs honest around Red Room. Being very proactive this time, our Legacy. See Nissim, how far does he go here towards the B bomb sites? The CT's looking for info. 3 players around Red Room for Astralis, and it may be them who have to make a further play at some point. Art will be heard rotating over towards A, however. And it seems that Legacy might start to have a sniff now. Elbow spotted, bomb spotted. But which way is it going?
Really tricky when you lose mid. And now questions asked by Dumao, moving into mid himself. And there is that swing from Nissim. He's not going to make the kill happen, though. That spells trouble for Legacy. Now HooXi reveals the play, bursting out from the side. It's going to be an easy frag onto Lato, and this makes things even more tricky now for Legacy. Do they just hold on to the rifles at this point? They don't have any position to work from. Where's the AK? Where is it?
Pick
Someone's
of
run off of
Astralis. Ancient. Again, good stats. Stats will always change, positive and negative. But we'll see. I think many might be expecting a third map in this series. Early doors, though. Hard to say right now. But an interesting approach from Legacy. Not challenging in mids. Astralis have been and maybe it's because they're aware of the util for Astralis. They make it difficult. Like if Astralis are going for mid, the mollies come out quick. There aren't so many places to stand. But maybe Legacy will have to make a stand in regards to mid at some points. This might be the round now, as we see Dumao in that position. Perfect timing. No molly on this occasion. Does that mean that... Well, it does mean that Astralis are more interested in a different part of the map. And this is, again, this is a gamble on Ancients. Look how quickly Arts is looking for that information. Got an MP7 though. I mean, I think for the most part he can hold position, but he'll need to rely on his teammates to do the work here with the mixed bag they're carrying. Good start from Sadzin, who is close to the second one. He will get there as well. Again, Art still has to be careful. He can't give them an option to rotate out. He just needs to communicate to his squad.
Now he's got the perfect timing with the flank, holding onto this spot. They have no idea. And now he just has to survive. He doesn't even have to do too much more. Nissim defending spawn, and Ryu with everywhere to look at all at once. Jump out from cave, no bullets. And that is a wrap. Good retake from Legacy, and they're quickly back on top of Astralis, preventing any dangerous T-side momentum.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, good job by Art there. Really securing it. Satson too here, just holding. I mean, this is a little bit, felt definitely quite scary, but total control.
Ooh. Getting animated early.
Yeah, what's Yabby doing? What is Bro doing?
Great work by Arts, by Legacy overall. Again, understanding how fragile his position was as well. Not overdoing it. Just getting the info. This time 4 players over towards B. And the CTs will know they've got a window of time where afterwards they can check red room. But losing a player on the ramp, okay, they needed an answer. Art is a great man to do that. Now you see Sadzin racing over to make sure that there are eyes on this position. Can't go much deeper though. HooXi, he would have had maybe a slightly superior angle. Has the bomb spotted now as Lato keeps an eye on things. I see Jewel to the death there. He's got help from Arts now as well. But the meat and potatoes of this CT defense has been isolated. They're going to have to push through this smoke to support Dumao.
Trade there, and now just down to Ryu. Working with this AK. And they've locked off the bomb, so that's not good. Not good at all for Astralis' chances, but let's see if the clutch can happen here. Good connection from the first, but the trade is ready to deliver the killing blow from Dumao, so very well held on to there. And I was over a moment here, James. I want to explain, you know, we had that half clear essentially from, I think it was missing. Where he died here, exactly, yeah, Javi killing him there. So I'll explain why that happens. So that happens because you're trying, in your mind, you know you have to do a lot of things at once. And so you want to move on to the next task without giving yourself the effective amount of time it takes to effectively do the first task. Because having to clear like multiple positions at once, you've got to be really quick. And so you actually, what you're trying to do is you're trying to like check that position, then your brain has to register someone is there and you have to actually like click on them. But oftentimes we're already thinking about the next thing that we're going to do right after that because we have to be so fast because there's too many things to do. So we're not giving ourselves enough kind of bandwidth to actually complete that task. And so that's like a leak that happens sometimes when a player is feeling, you know, a bit in a rush. So that's
we're thinking about the next corner as we're clearing that one. We're not fully focused.
Yes, more more time sometimes. That often happens because those corners you check, there's actually no one there. So you kind of get in, you can get into a false sense of security sometimes with that. But Legacy seem to be taking over this half now, James.
Oh. Let's see. This is an important round, I think, if that is to be true. This will be an important round to win. It's not a given. There are helmets on 4 of the 5 players here for Astralis. They come into this with intention. Waiting out the utility will make their lives slightly easier. They've got 3 mollies. Again, a perfect storm for this particular bomb site. All these Tech 9s, and they've got the AK for stare. Those mollies will start to stream in as CT positions will be compromised. So maybe this double setup is just what they needed. Now starting to rotate over. Dumal can hear them coming. They're going to post up AWP first. We've got a great bait situation. Will it be enough, though, to drive by from HooXi? Now, what does he pick up? The M4 or the AWP? What's closer? He's got the AK from his teammate. Has he been heard? He has been heard by Nissim. You can see how he moves on the radar. They know where he is, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not 100%, as Arthur Lato is still being careful. Edging towards the site. There's only a HE. Say only. Many targets coming HooXi's way. Can he find some pre-fire to stop this bomb plant? Doesn't look like he's got an angle. There will be a trade. Damage has been done. They're keeping the CT spending, but they are losing the rounds.
I was low-key hoping that he would, when he got to donut, just keep like walking then through red to like blank. Because obviously it's ridiculous to play to make it a 1v3, but maybe in a 1v2 that could potentially make sense. But yeah, it's a tough one for HooXi to clutch, and that's gonna, you were talking about how that round was kind of instrumental in sort of cementing this takeover from Legacy, and they get it, and they're looking really good right now, but their money is still pretty close to being broken. So this fast round into the B site, could this be what Astralis need? Well, that's not a good start. Yabi goes down straight away. The Ryu's quickly in there to try to trade it and try to claim this space, but they can't seem to get the kills that they need. They might just get the plant, though.
It should be a reasonable secure of the round for Legacy. They just have... The numbers are just too great. And that's fine. I don't think they'll be too concerned with the bomb plant. Just about keeping the money up, so they're in a good spot for these rounds. But are the alarm bells sounding for Astralis just yet? Bearing in mind this is their map pick, perhaps they are, as they take a timeout. And at this stage, the bomb plants for Astralis, of course, will be crucial for them to get the toys out as they would like to. But this is looking pretty good for Legacy. And I think this will be very encouraging for them. Opportunity knocks, as far as the 2-0 might be concerned.
Yeah, I was thinking that we would break the streak of 2-0s today on the B stream. I feel like, it's not the B stream without some overtimes, though. So maybe we'll get those, if not the 2-1. Well, Astralis, they got the orb back out on Fuzi. See if he goes for any early pick attempts. Currently just providing the support layer of nades for this mid take. And the CTs, they are not giving it for free here. Art is still out there. Lato gets burned alive. And in the meantime, quickly, the rest of Astralis moving into B. And Nissim's right on the other side of the smoke. Oh, it's too perfect. It's too perfect for Nissim right now. A double at his hands. And now maybe even the triple. But where's the bullets? He's going to get a 1v2 clutch to play with.
To find the 1v1. There are flashes being deployed by Sadzin. Fuzi's got such a good angle now. There is a smoke in the hands of Art. Going in the right direction, though. Rounding the corner now. HooXi's going to be forced into the open. He doesn't have an angle to stop this bomb from being planted. A swing and a miss. And they just can't afford to lose these opportunities, these rounds. They need every round that they can get now. Legacy building quite a lead. If it keeps going this way, perhaps it'll be insurmountable moving into the second half. And again, it's been a rare round where we've seen that big clash in mid between these squads. Legacy, for the most part, have avoided it. And where they have gone in, Astralis have been elsewhere. But on that occasion, there was the big flashpoint. This time Art moved through alone, trying to make it to Donut, but he's being hunted, doesn't get there. That's the variance they didn't want. Flato now seeking, able to just about get the first frag, but unable to escape. The trades will continue through the smoke with the bomb. Finds Nissin, not with the bomb, but he's found the bomb. Only one with the bomb now. Dumao on the other side of the map needs to find a way to help his teammate, but Astralis know there could be a rotation.
Yeah, this is kind of an interesting situation. Stair actually making his way through red room, so Astralis, they're not in a rush to pick up this bomb, and now that being smoked off, that's of course going to slow them down even a little bit more. They just have to wait that one out, and this does buy time for Dumao to kind of activate. Nissim can't go anywhere. What does Dumao decide to do? He's still in mid. He knows at the tease when that smoke goes away that they surely are going to have to go for the bomb. Dumao is very cautious here. Really, it's all on what he's able to do with this. He goes for the jiggle, surely, eventually here. Moving out. And Nissim gets domed here. Dumao, he's got to deliver. And they're going to bypass him. They're going to know precisely where he is.
Wallbang. Ah. Not planted, so it'll be a tough one then. Trying to isolate the trade frags. Oh, so far so good. Looking for a flank. Two remain for Astralis. He has a kit. And he is pulling Stair away by just holding. A calculated risk for Dumao. But that clock is ticking now, and the bomb is not planted for him. He'll have no cover when he does go for it. Oh, waiting for the exit, but Yabi is very smart. He makes no assumptions whatsoever. Tried to be sneaky. Didn't work out on this occasion. A critical round for Astralis. So few and far between in this first half. You can see that they are very concerned with how things have been going.
Yeah, very wild rounds here. Okay, Astralis. They have been losing this mid position a lot. Except that last round where they got that opening pick. That was really nice. But Dumao looking to challenge as it's a super fast round again into the B site. Art's straight in there, and he's going for the spray down. He's looking at not too bad here from backside. Picks off one more. Big damage coming in from both sides. And that connection evens it back up. 2 against 2. Bomb still needs to be planted. And Satin with the instant rotation. Looking to join Nissim in Donuts.
Bomb has been planted.
Full focus on CT spawn, a double swing. Does he go all the way? Does he wait for the smoke to go? So scary with the edge of the silencer, maybe conceding the position. So far, so good, though. HooXi with the AWP. Oh, on the radar, surely. I think his hand was exposed. He's lost his position now. They're both posted up, and that's his turn to go through the smoke. Finds an angle, drops Nissim. That clock is ticking. HooXi's going to go through. Oh, and it's so awkward for all concerned. Both facing smokes. Really, down to the 1v1. That's got so much impact on how this looks at halftime, how much momentum there is, how much of a lead there can be. Down to that 1v1. Both sides pushing through the smokes. HooXi getting the better of it. That must have been really tense for the squads to watch. But it will be a 3-round deficit now for Astralis. A forced buy in the last round from Legacy. Maybe a chance for a 5th. Hasn't looked great for Astralis, but at half-time, the only thing that will matter is the score.
It's a good 1v2 for HooXi to win as well. Some redemption, perhaps. Aggressive CT smoke on the T door there. I must suggest there's a push, or should be a push from B, but really it's a push from A. And if they play this one slowly, you might just get into an accident here. Oh my god. Art is going to find HooXi. He's going for... Hello? Okay, there we go. The 5-7 eventually does what it's supposed to do. But they don't know there's more players on the flank. Nissim trying to survive in the smoke here. Now Lato has announced his presence, and they're all gone. All of them. That's an 8-4 finish there for Legacy. Strong CT side. We'll see if they can close it in a 2-0 fashion in the next half.
Bumpy road for Astralis, but perhaps there is a horizon for them. Clawing some crucial rounds back late on in that half. The pistol will be an important one, otherwise Legacy will quickly be into double figures. And looking at the odds, ooh, some non-believers in the Astralis comeback. Let's see if they can change those with the action in this all-important pistol. Large focus towards A. And HooXi will be repositioning. Oh, straight into a headshot. Maybe through the corner of the wall. He will need some help, but will the cavalry come in time?
They are on the way. But that bomb is already closer to its mission of exploding. Donut control now from the CTs. And that's where this retake is really now coming from. Everyone through Donut, positions all over the place to worry about as they spring from that position onto the site. And Yabi is going to get taken out as well. So it's not going to work out for the retake of Astralis. And instead, the worst has happened. The second half pistol's gone, and Legacy 9 rounds to the 4 of Astralis now. And at the very least, they did get the bomb down, James. So you got to expect to see a force buy, lots of, utility and potential like for Tech 9s or maybe even a rifle. We do, in fact, see a Galil. So there's danger here.
Yeah, this is immediate alarm bells for Astralis. Again, these squads currently 1-1 in this stage.
Oh, USB save.
Yeah, just feeling like it's not going to be enough. And the double figures are on the way for Legacy. They put themselves in position to have a great start to this half, and that is exactly how things have gone. Maybe the CTs can turn things around. Like if they, if they, I mean, they need immediate success on their buy rounds. But if they get that, it might not be so difficult to come back.
Yeah, no, I gotta say, I respect that Astralis as a team generally, they seem to do less force buys than other teams in this scenario. Because I think Ancient is a pretty decent map to find success from the force buys on the CT side, but instead, clean 10-4 for Legacy indeed. And now we get to see full util from Astralis. No, they're not going to have full rifles though, fortunately for you on the SMG. But fast mid control from the CTs here. And they're also being aggressive on B. You've got a push from HooXi. And he's kind of walking past some Ts.
That is a full solo take off the site. There's smokes all over the shop. He is drawing huge attention. That only leaves HooXi over towards B. Down he's gone, but they have taken a lot of these Ts with them. It seems that there is doubt for the remainder of Legacy. An elaborate setup. When it came down to moving through the other side, too many jewels have been lost. If Astralis deny a bomb plant here, I think it's game on. We'll know that it will be pressure on that T economy real quick. And that leads to opportunity for the Astralis side. A chance of a 2v2 on either of these bomb sites. Astralis willing to take the risk and put HooXi towards T spawn. 20 seconds to find these CTs, bell rung. Sadsin found as well. So 4 surviving at the end of the round for Astralis. Again, just got to focus on the round in front of you. But that went great for them. 4 surviving, no bomb plant for the Ts. On to the next round.
Yeah, and a really chaotic start too. The opening from Astralis was really interesting, and I think somewhat confusing for Legacy. I don't think they were able to really read what was going on by seeing, HooXi where he was, for example. But Sadsin's going to have the AWP here on Legacy, so we'll see what he's set up to do. He's looking to get something done from mid, but that is so shut down by Astralis right now. Again, they're happy to be aggressive everywhere, actually, and aggressive outside of B as well. And Art's just kind of trying to figure out what's going on here with that Tech 9. And HooXi once again peering down, but walks into Sadsin, and that's a gun to be collected.
Oh, Art found such good timing onto HooXi there. And now we've got enormous problems here for Astralis. Yabi instead remain 2 versus 4. Yabi rotating over to join his teammate. How can they possibly come out on top here? Bomb not planted. Molly goes into the smoke. That'll be helpful. It's also awkward though for Legacy. Art and Nissim quite tagged up. Great transfer there from Stair, but he gets punctured. That leaves Yabi Did they hear that tagging? Perhaps they did not allow the others to post up. Yabi trying to do what he can. You can see how desperate it is, going for that 2 versus 4. Coming up empty-handed, however, puts them even further back.
And if Yabi had an AK there. Impressive he got the headshot, but yes, 11-5 might be another fast one if Astralis can't get a grip on this half, but they don't have a lot of money to have the best buy in the world. They could buy up. And maybe that's in part what they're trying to figure out here. Like, how do we approach this round? We're not going to have the ideal setup. So what's the best way to mitigate that and then improve our chances to win? Really nice from Spencer. Yeah, HooXi getting totally caught there was definitely a big problem. And now we're back into it. We'll see what Astralis have. So a couple SMGs and a full util. The big mid-takes have been working out for them, I would say. Even though they haven't closed some of these rounds. And they dump util on mid, but that's right when the A site is getting bombarded. So they're going to lose A instantly.
Nobody home. Key under the welcome mat. Legacy have had a hostile takeover of the A bomb site very, very quickly indeed. Lato being careful with the position of the bomb plant. We've got Nissim looking to lurk into mid later on. A 5-on-5 then. Sadzin posted up with the AWP. There are still some more flashes here for the CT side and some smokes as well if they can find a choke point, but the numbers will trade here for Legacy, and HooXi finds himself alone. 1v3. He doesn't have a kit. There's no way he can win this round. Surely. Nissim's on the B bomb site. I'm not sure what he's up to. Maybe expecting the save. Either way, it's match point for Legacy.
Legacy just holding the right opening there. That sucks. I mean, to be honest, again, this is one of the things that's abusable. If you're showing a timing which requires 3 players, and in mid, for example, one of the sites is going to be rushable, and both of the sites are rushable at that early timing. Legacy just cashing that one in. And are they looking to challenge this? Dumal's going straight out into mid. He's got some flashes laid over the top from T-Spawn, and he's going to get nuked, but he's going to at least see that the CTs are abandoning presence in mid. That's good information, because you're always trying to figure out where is the setup. Here is one of them in cave.
So close. Awkward. Will there be a trade? HooXi desperately trying to get a better gun. Punished for doing so. HooXi and Stare remain. A flash in the pan this whole series feels like. HooXi and Stare, 5-7 and a Desert Eagle. 3 HP and 69. Bomb's got support from Dumal. Bomb being carried by Sadzin. They're trying to stay active. This is a dangerous round for Legacy as well. Either of these players could rip them to shreds, especially with the health that people have. So lower health Dumal's going to have the AWP. The CTs have picked the right bomb sites as well. 20 seconds. Bit of pressure for Legacy to get their skates on. There's the first kill. This may not be done yet. Now there's pressure for Sadzin to get that bomb plant. Surely it's got to be by elimination. Halfway there. He's got to commit to it. Does their charge at him. Sadzin with the AK. Oh, he's eaten one in the face. And they will live to fight another day.
Damn, that's a nice shot. And with that, we're kind of actually repeating, I feel like, what we had on Dust2, right? Because I think Astralis were down something like 12-4, I think, and they managed to get to, I think, 12-6 on Dust2, something like that, before eventually being toppled by Legacy. So, again, just a very similar, horrible situation for Astralis, not really getting their performance in today. Nice.
No pressure.
Mid take again here from the Astralis side. Lato challenging. Legacy looking to find some frags here, but the play out of the cave as well was problematic. And Ryu's going to be also coming through there as well. Finds an extra. Now it's just a couple rifles here. Looking to do damage. But the CT presence in mid is pretty strong. Okay, so Astralis, you know, they're going to be clawing their way back. Want to get some more kills, add some buying time for Nissim. I mean, still a winnable rounds. Because these CTs, they could really be anywhere at this point. However, we can see that they're set up fairly well to defend this. HooXi, good timing on the AWP. Peels off Nissim. And you know that the other player's got to be somewhere nearby. Either he's going through cave or he's got to be with this, surely. Pick up his own AK.
No money in the bank. They are broke. This is where, I mean, it's a mixed bag here, this scenario for Astralis. Again, keeping the T's off the bomb plants. You can mentally think that each round is worth 2 because it'll be a half buy at best. But again, you can have an execute with Tech 9s and such, especially on the B bomb site. That can also be expected by the CTs. So we'll see how it goes. CTs doing everything they need to for the time being with regards to making things as tough as possible for that T squad. Quite a nail biter for some.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just letting the tense music do its work.
Well, now you've said something. You've ruined it. You've ruined the tension.
Oh.
There's no more tension.
Not bad.
There is only Dan, DDK Kapadia.
Well, that sounds awful. That's horrible. And now there's you as well. We'll see what can be done here as Astralis continue. They don't have too much to play against, just some Glocks and an AK, a hero AK on stats that they saved. And it's going to be the A site. HooXi's posted. Everything should be fine, right? CTs have fast rotation into Donut. Everything looks fine for Astralis here. Oh my god.
Instant swarm. Instant swarm. It's too risky to try and stop that bomb from being planted. Yabi swinging into the site, creating space for his teammates to start to flood in. Nissim swing and a miss with the AWP, which has now been lost. Collected by Art. That will definitely be seen by the team holding the angles. Art trying to be the bait now as his team pop out and cut these numbers down. Ryu and HooXi both heavily tagged. Barrel of the gun is spotted, but Art's angle is being held. Lasso down to the pistol, knows their tags. That clock is ticking. HooXi in the smoke. It may be the blade to finish off the job. Indeed, it will be. A big 2-0 for Legacy. A very tough series for Astralis.
Oof. I mean, damn, that is